Hey, what is up guys, I'm KBHD here, and welcome to yet another video on the OnePlus One, probably the phone that I've done the most individual videos on this channel. So if you've owned a OnePlus One over the past couple of months, there's two things that you've been waiting for a while. Number one, CyanogenMod 12S, an extension, an update from CyanogenMod 11S built on top of Lollipop. And number two, OxygenOS, the update and the operating system built specifically for the OnePlus One by OnePlus. So OxygenOS is finally available for download, and I had to actually flash the zip on my OnePlus One. It's available to about a 750 megabyte download, and the instructions I'll also leave linked right below the like button if you want to install it yourself. And I asked on Twitter if you guys wanted to see a video about it, despite also saying that it's a pretty small update, a pretty simple thing, but a lot of you guys were interested. So here is OnePlus One's OxygenOS 1.0. So the first thing you'll notice about OxygenOS is just how close it feels and looks to stock Android. So if you use a Nexus 5 or a Nexus 6, that's what a lot of this is going to remind you of, and actually it's built on top of Android 5.0.2, so it's not the latest version of Android like an actual Nexus would be built on, but you'll notice basically all of the user interface and Google Now and this launcher and everything here is just like stock Android. So what I think is the biggest new feature of this OS, at least from what I've seen and used, is the quick settings. So this is what the normal quick settings for Android 5.0 look like, and that's fine. But if you hit this little quad box up here, you can actually rearrange where things are and what shows up here. So you can tap, let's say I don't use airplane mode very much, or I don't use the flashlight. You can tap to toggle which things show up and which things don't. You hit save, and there's your new quick settings. So you can toggle and control this stuff really easily. Let's say I want all the stuff there, I can touch it all and toggle it all back. And if I ever want to reset it, I can do that too. So that seems like the main feature, being able to easily, quickly customize what shows up in your quick settings box here, since that's something I guess Android users use a lot. There's also a couple of other features from CyanogenMod 11S that you may recognize. So if I go into the settings here, you have buttons and gestures. Buttons are just the buttons on the bottom of the phone, so you can turn on or off the on-screen buttons. Let's say you want the off-screen capacitive buttons, you can use those too. We're used to being able to switch those on the OnePlus One. And gestures are the screen off gestures. So let's say you want to be able to draw a circle to quickly turn on the camera while the phone screen is off. Just draw that circle and it'll open you right up into the Google camera. So it's not the CyanogenMod camera or anything special, but that's what it'll allow you to do. So the gestures are there, and I actually found that a lot of these were activating in my pocket when I was using CyanogenMod, so I turned the gestures off, but you can give them another shot if you think double tap to wake or drawing to open certain apps is worth your time. But everything else, like you can see here, the launcher, the Google Now homepage being one swipe away from the regular apps and screens and everything like that, all of this is still very close to stock Android, so almost nothing else is modified here. I did notice the multitasking, you get a nice little X button up here in the top to clear all your recent apps. That's a little bit different looking, and it's new, and it looks kind of nice. And like I said, you use the Google camera here and not any sort of special camera app, but it does look like the pictures it takes are just as good as you would get on previous ROMs from anything like CyanogenMod. Another thing to note is this comes with all the Google apps installed already. So I did install the Super User app here to get that root access, but it is a 750 megabyte download, and it doesn't come as an OTA update, so you'll have to download it and flash it yourself by following those instructions. Also, I know people are always interested in the wallpaper. This particular one I did add myself, but this does come with a couple of what's called OnePlus Wallpapers. It's just a couple of them, but they are pretty good looking, and these are the ones that come with OxygenOS if you want to try those out. So there you have it. It's a very small list of new things, but that is OxygenOS for the OnePlus One. It's a very simple, very clean, very near-stock ROM. It's not the only simple, clean, near-stock ROM. You have Paranoid Android, you have BlissPop, you have CyanogenMod, you have a bunch of other options, but I feel like they needed to get something out that's stable and a little bit before CyanogenMod 12, otherwise you'd have really no reason to check this out. That being said, I think this is a good place to start because it's so simple and so clean and at least so stable for right now. This is a good place to build on, and they'll be able to add future things, add some new features and options and customizations further down the road with updates. But this is 1.0.0, so at least it works, and hopefully it's more interesting with future updates. Either way, that's been it. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you guys in the next one. Peace.